The river path is not without its dangers. Next on the Adventurers Guild.
On the continent of Bolanthar, in the city of Dakar, there is a place where heroes are forged. Where legends are built one story at a time. What you do with this opportunity is in your hands, and the hands of fate. The Adventurers Guild.
Hello, and welcome to the Adventurers Guild. I am your host and Dungeon Master, Paul Cosca, and you are watching a weekly live-streamed D&D anthology show. This is the second episode of this current mission, and if you didn't catch the first episode yet, don't worry. In a minute, I'm going to catch you up on what you need to know to get into it. But first, let's go ahead and say hello to our players. Hello, players!
Hello.
A quick note, we are missing a couple of players. You know, life happens. These things happen sometimes. Everybody's okay, from what we know. We haven't heard from Zach, so you know.
You never know.
Presumably asleep, but you know, things happen. He works very late at night. Thinking about last week's session, I always find it really interesting when D&D characters are offered drugs, because almost every single one of them accepts it and takes that drug. Why do you think that is?
To be honest, it's probably, for me, because what's the worst that can happen? You know, I'd rather find out what it does than wish I had.
Yeah,
and since there's no risk to my actual personal self, I'm like, why not?
And why would we ever not accept those things when clearly they have a reason that they're there? So like,
it's true. Like
an
when you
interesting thing
receive
that we don't talk about.
Yeah, like when you receive a drug and it gives you an extra hit die, like, why are you not gonna take that?
See, I feel like I'm living vicariously through my character. So that's my personal motivation.
So you're taking the drugs that you would take if you could.
But I'm too scared. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
What was it called? The
sleep grass. No, dream grass.
Dream grass.
He called it dream grass.
Dream grass.
Okay.
I have it written down right here.
I'm always curious about it because I do put that in my games, and it's always interesting to see how people react to it, because I offer to a lot of people who just, you know, aren't drug users in their lives, who are just like, yeah, give me everything.
AKA me.
Take it by the handful.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I mean, in my defense, I did buy them because I didn't want him to feel bad, but I did end up taking one. So, like.
So, hints to new drug dealers out there. If you're trying to like get an in, maybe just sympathy. Maybe just like be like, I really need this sale. Like it would mean a lot.
Like you got to give me a sob story, you know? You got to convince me that I should help you, even if I never use the product, right?
Great. That, you know, there are a lot of people hanging outside 7-Elevens who I feel like would really like to meet you, because they have some stories for you about how they need to get on buses. To
just
places.
Kidding. I probably won't do that, but thanks.
All right.
I don't hang out at 7-Eleven.
Listen, 7-Eleven. Feel free to reach out.
7-Eleven.
Like
we need sponsors. 7-Eleven. Let's, you know.
There's literally nothing wrong with 7-Eleven. It's wonderful. No. Everything in there is great.
Got everything you need.
It really does. I could go on 4 hours. So in that case, check the Patreon, because our Guild Hall podcast Maybe it'll be 7-Eleven themed this week. We'll see.
Hey,
You won't know unless you go check it out. Why don't we go ahead and dive in? Let's do the recap.
Sounds good.
Get some music going. The party has been dispatched to the capital city of Bolanthar to try and dig up evidence that might free a condemned man. Hasan and Skamos are coming to grips with their personal connection to the case. To get to Bolanthar, they have booked passage on an enchanted riverboat called the Bright Bell, operated by Bellringer, a brightly colored Kenku. On their first day on the river, they encountered a very laid-back merchant on a raft, selling an array of mind-altering substances. As the party awakes on day 2, it is apparent to the few that are awake and aware that something has gone wrong. As we begin, people are starting to be awake, and you can feel that the boat has stopped. You can hear that the paddle wheel is still turning.
Like it's maybe hit something?
Maybe?
Everybody-
Would have woken.
I think at this point, especially because we're missing a couple people, everybody go ahead and make a fresh perception check.
Okey-dokey.
And make sure to switch your display names over to your character names.
Thank you.
So while you do that, Josie, what'd you get?
I got a natural 20.
Natural
Plus 2.
20
Whoa! Right off the bat.
right off the bat.
I used the good ones early.
Yeah. Ariel,
That would be a 5.
5. I don't have a button for a natural 5. Skamos,
Skamos got a 17.
17. And Hasan.
15.
Okay. Ariel, you are still kind of in a half waking state. The water, being on the water is so soothing that you could probably just doze just for hours still. Hasan and Skamos, you're starting to rouse yourselves fairly quickly. Josie, you are up, just up. You can feel that you stopped. You can hear that the paddle wheel is still turning. You know in an instant that something is wrong, and you hop up to the top deck. And even as Bellringer is trying to kind of rouse himself out of his hammock, you can see that you have not hit a rock or anything, but the water looks very viscous, very thick all around you. You've awoken to find yourself still, in the river. What's around you are thick groves, like a thick forest on either side that's quite close. The river's a little less wide here, and the trees are not too far away. And whatever this substance is in the water, it has stopped you. Josie, is there any action that you would like to take at this moment? Since you got a nat 20, you're raring to go.
Okay. I would like to, since nothing has attacked me yet,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to have Bombay, my trusty partner. I want him to stay downstairs with the group who hasn't waken up. So Hasan, Skamos, and Ariel. I want him to stay down there, and I tell him to wait for the signal. And while I'm on the top deck, I would like to cast. Actually, yeah, is there a way I can do maybe a check on the water itself? Whatever is appropriate.
Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check.
Nature. So that is +1 today. That is a 3+1, so I don't know shit.
It's thick.
Okay.
Water's a thick boy.
Dick.
Big
Yeah.
water.
I'm going. What time of day is it?
It is very early in the morning. Like you are, kind of, the sun is about to rise, so it's kind of gray light of dawn.
Okay. I would like to check on the captain and the wheel.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. So
Check on the captain.
Yeah, you're headed to the bridge.
Mhm.
Hasan and Skamos, you are up now. What would you like to be doing? You could hear footsteps going on the upper deck. What actions would you like to take?
Yeah, Skamos is just gonna he's gonna hop right up there and check out what's going on. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow to see what's happening.
All right. You see, you hop up there. You can see that Josie is right around the captain and in the captain's wheel area. And now you can both see this like thick, viscous stuff that's that apparently the boat is not moving through.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like, you could also make nature checks the same as Josie did.
Sure, why
try to
not?
figure out
Not
what's
that
going
I'll
on
be
here.
any good at that, but nature. Oh! Why do I have such a high modifier for that? What was I thinking when I made the character?
Skamos, what'd you get?
An 11.
11.
Dirty 20.
All right.
Hey, all right.
Wow, look at me go. I don't know why.
Skamos, it just you really don't know what you're looking at here. This is a very confusing situation. Like maybe the boat, I don't know, maybe it's caught up on a rock. You're not really sure. Hasan, you go over to the railing and look over, and you can see that there is this black shape that's like starting to rise up out of the water and slide up the side of the boat.
We have a situation happening over here. And he like points at whatever the frick that is and lets you guys know so that I'm not the only one who sees it.
Ariel, at this point you are awake.
I'm on top. I'm up top.
Okay.
So I just can that be the moment when I
Sure.
am looped in? Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Bellringer is awake and at the wheel and as confused as let me roll a nature check there. Very much as confused as everyone else.
Okay.
And points to Hasan and looks at Josie like motioning you over to Hasan so that you can also figure out what's going on.
Great.
Cool.
Are you taking any other
will-
action, Hasan?
Do I... So it looks like a living creature.
It definitely looks like it's moving on its own accord.
And that is what is stopping our momentum.
Looks to be connected to that, yeah. Like it's all the
Great.
same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna whip out my crossbow and I'm gonna shoot it off
Okay.
the side of the boat
All right.
so it doesn't continue to climb up the boat.
Everybody, go ahead and roll initiative.
Knew it. I
Great.
knew it. Here we go.
Someone's got to start it, and I will gladly do so.
Cool.
Oh, or not. But that's okay. I don't know. Tentacled monster, it probably startles him a little bit. So
You weren't
that's my
expecting it.
subtext for...
Well, you're going to get this first shot off.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Okay, that makes me happy.
But let me do a couple of quick rolls here.
Oh, there's more than one roll? Oh, okay.
Well, don't worry about it too much.
Fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, that's always a fair assumption.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to play a rogue next, guys. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. We got a different screen for this. 16 to 20.
I got a 17.
17. All right. 17 for Ariel. Anyone else 16 to 20? Okay. 11, 15. Great.
I love when this happens.
6 to 10.
Almost got an 8.
Okay, everybody else is in the next group.
I
8.
also got an 8.
Okay, Hason's got an 8. Josie, what'd you get?
6.
6. Okay.
I'm gonna guess I have the higher dex for sure.
Yeah, Hason, what's your dex?
14 is my big number.
Okay.
Plus 2.
We're the same. We're the same deck.
Oh, what? But I have proficiency. Does that matter?
What we'll say here is that because Hason's getting the first hit before the initiative starts, we'll have Skamos come first in the order.
Sounds great. That makes sense to me.
So we got Skamos, and then Hason. And then Josie. All right. So, Hason, go ahead and... actually, I think I've got...
Gonna roll to attack?
You are going to roll to attack.
Ready.
As I switch up our music here.
That's a 13.
Let's see. Do you hit the slow crawling thing? Yes, you do.
Yeah! Great! Okay. Damage.
Chunka.
Whoa. 17 points of damage.
17. Okay.
Yeah, that's my 2d10 plus 3 for that
Very
bad
nice.
boy.
Easy crossbow.
And that is piercing.
I know! Yeah.
Okay.
Does it cry out in
Dark
pain?
crossbow.
Does it
What'd
have a
you say?
voice? Is that what you're asking?
Well, monsters are, like a...
Yeah, that's a good noise. I like that noise.
Like a raptor? I feel like that's a raptor.
You are fighting an underwater raptor.
Oh, gosh. I'm
Okay.
glad that was well received.
So you fire your crossbow in. Make a perception check for me, Hason.
Sure. A 10.
10. Okay. You see it hit. All right.
I'm gonna be upset if that's 17 points of damage to nothing.
Anything else for your turn?
Sure. I will unsettling words it.
Okay.
And let's see. It will -7 from its next saving throw.
Okay. Does it need to be able to hear, understand you, anything like that?
I don't have that written down. I just
No,
have
for
it.
whatever reason, no, it does not. It just says you do that with something, with anything you can see.
Great. Cool. And that is my turn.
Okay, that is your turn.
Yep.
All right. And that was -7 to its next
Saving throw.
saving throw. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, now we are into the initiative proper. Crickstump, if you can go ahead and roll an initiative roll for me.
14.
14. Okay, Ariel, you are up.
All right.
What you have heard is that Hason has fired a crossbow over the side at something.
I shall run up, not directly next to Hasan, but try and look over the side and see what's.
Yeah, you can see. Go ahead and make a perception check.
This went well last time. Oh, okay, yeah, I got a 21.
Okay. You can see that there is this shape that's like going up the side of the boat. This like black amorphous shape.
Kind of like an octopus. Like, does it have like lots of?
It doesn't. It's not nearly that well formed.
Like a blob.
Yeah, it's very
Right.
amorphous is the
Blobby.
word for it.
Blobby.
You can
I don't
also see
understand
that like
I only understand blob. So
you can also see that it's big. If like this whole thing that's around the boat is it's big.
okay.
That's what you can tell.
Okay. Can I do my bonus action first, or do I have to
Yeah,
wait?
you can do it first.
So I think I want to cast Hex.
Mm-hmm.
So I deal an extra 1d6 of necrotic damage whenever I hit it with an attack.
Yeah.
And then I get to choose an ability that it will roll at disadvantage for.
Okay.
I don't know what to pick. Like me, Nicole.
You
Like
have 6 choices.
Yeah, if it's this big, I mean, personally, I'd go either con or strength, but I also, if it's amorphous, I don't know what it could be. So
Probably doesn't have a lot of dexterity. You probably have that in your favor already. So you probably
Yeah.
have dexterity.
Okay.
Can we even discuss this?
Well, how about the
First
first
time to
time
be that person,
Ju-
but
just for Nicole, just like give her the general layout.
It's the first time I'm using it. That's all. So, I did guess the dexterity thing though. So like, wow, go me. Charisma. No, I'm just kidding. Jokes. Constitution.
Okay, so it's rolls at disadvantage for con saves.
Yes.
On ability checks.
Yeah.
Not saves. Ability checks.
On con checks. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and then I shall Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh man, I only get one at a time. That's annoying. All right. Okay, hold on. Ooh, God. 11.
11 does hit.
Yeah. All right. And then that's 1d10 plus 4.
That is force damage. Okay.
That's a 5.
5 damage.
And then I get to do a d6 of whatever, right?
Necrotic.
Product.
Yes.
So good at words and generally playing this game. Okay. That's 3.
Okay. All right. So you lean over the side, kind of take it in for a second, send down a hex. What does hex look like for Ariel?
Oh gosh, she's so very nice.
That's what I was thinking.
I think it's just like a little scream because she doesn't want to do it, but she has to, so she does. That's it. It's a scream. It's a weird squeal thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes.
If I have any movement left, she'll try to like kind of try to basically get as far as she can to see if it's on the other side of the boat, like how big it is, basically.
Okay. You had to run to the side, and what's your total movement?
I think 30.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say that you can get to the other side. Since you did well on that first perception check, make one more for me.
That's a 19.
Okay. You are looking at this, and you see some gaps in it. You think it might not just be one. You think it might be more than one.
Crud. Okay.
why am I surprised? I shouldn't be. This
Fine.
sounds
Fine, guys.
this checks.
Yeah,
but
this checks out.
Totally.
So this blob. Oh, I've got all these buttons here that I haven't used. Jeez, I'm not. Still figuring it out, these buttons. This blob is going to work its way up the side and is going to go ahead and strike out at Heisan.
Oh, what? Because I shot it? Like, what?
That,
It's
and
mad?
you're standing there. So it's going to go ahead and make an
Rude.
attack.
Oh, I should know what my AC is, I guess.
To be fair, it could have been coming aboard just to say hi. So
Could have been, you know,
I highly doubt that.
already had
that
a
is-
river-faring creature that
That is
wanted
an
to-
18 to hit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that is going to be 3 bludgeoning
Okay.
and 17 points of acid damage.
Holy heck! So 20 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
sure.
I need you to mark down a -1 on the armor that you are wearing.
Okay.
it's burning through the armor.
So as it strikes out and hits you, your skin,
Oh.
like, you can see instantly, like, your skin melts just a little bit, like, little scars form as it splashes. And your armor on that, like, it's like on your, let's say it's on your torso, you can see big holes starting to burn into it.
This is what I get for wearing a crop top. I'm telling you. This is what I get. He's gonna buy real clothes now. Okay.
Well, if
I
you make it
accept
to the
this.
city, you can buy those real clothes.
I don't. Yeah, like I'm gonna be in the mood to go shopping. We'll see. Okay. Well, this is my fate now. Is what it is.
Okay. Crickstump.
Yeah.
You are
So
up, and you can see that this shape like whipped out at Heisan and hit him.
cool. Fairy fire at it.
Okay.
Solid choice.
Yep. Dex saving throw, please, from this thing. Paul.
That is a 10.
That does not beat it. So now it is in a like a green, like neon light, and it casts a dim light within a 10-foot radius of it. So
Okay.
maybe we can see a little bit more of what this is.
Yeah, so Ariel has the best view of it because Ariel was specifically looking. You now can see for sure that the one that Crickstump lit up is different than the one that you are looking at. Because it does not light up. So you can say with some assurance that these are 2 separate things that you are looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And just for everyone else, any attack roll against the affected creature or object has advantage. And if the attacker can see it, which I assume we can see it now,
You can see it
right?
now.
There we go. And the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible. So,
Okay.
all right, and that was my action. And do I have? Oh, I'll shillelagh my quarterstaff, and then that'll do her.
Okay, Crickstump, make a perception check for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I can do that. That is a nat 20.
All right. I'm gonna-
It was like teetering for a second and just barely got over.
Crickstump, here's what's going on around you. It is like dawn is just about to hit. There's a little bit of fog over the river. It smells a little swampy here. It was very like fresh and like that river breeze all of yesterday.
Yeah, and that
has
was
a
all
more-
right.
This has a more fetid, like still water kind of smell.
And I love
And
it.
the trees around are very close and very dense. you hear movement in the trees. If you're facing downriver, or you're facing upriver where you're headed, to your right, you can hear the movement of something large in the trees.
Ooh.
Whoa. You're telling me there is more than one tentacled monster in the water and there's something large coming out of the forest on our side?
Who says this thing has tentacles?
There's an amorphous blob.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just feeling like this fight may be a little unfair, but I'm just going to keep that to myself.
Paul, I do have to ask, since we're in like a swamp with a bunch of trees around, would you count this as a forest area?
Swamp and forest are very different.
You know, I would say...
Well, it's a swampy
I can
area
accept
in
that.
the river we're coming through.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll say this is a forested area.
Thank you. That's
See,
all
the
I
trick
need.
is, if I give the players all the help that I can, then I don't have to feel bad for what comes after.
I'm just waiting for like a T-Rex to come out of the
Oh, wouldn't that be a thing?
Oh my god, let's go.
All right. Anything else for your turn there, Quickstump?
Nope. Actually, I would like to move within. After seeing the shocking nature of like what it can do, I'm gonna if I look at this correctly, which I will, 60 feet. Can I move to the captain's helm, like next to the next to the wheel? Or wherever.
Sure, you can get
because
close-ish.
My guess is we probably don't want to stop moving, so I should probably defend our Kenku captain.
All right.
Right now.
Skamos, you are up.
Okay. So theoretically, can I gauge that these things could be moved out of the way? These large things in the water.
They are definitely physical objects.
Right. They don't seem to be like just like moving with whatever's hit at them or whatever like that. Like getting pushed physically would not. It doesn't seem like it would be. They have substance, right?
They have substance.
By objects.
Yes.
Okay. I have a thing. I'm gonna save it for now. Let's just see what happens. So he's gonna cast a firebolt at this thing. Why not?
Okay.
The one that just acided up Hasan, which is also the fairy fire.
Yeah, it's also the fairy fire one.
So you are at advantage for that.
Okay, that is a 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Cool. That was not great. I'm gonna use a sorcerer point.
For those at home, let me know if you're enjoying this new initiative layout, where we can more easily keep track of like nat 20s and 1s and things like that. Just kind of a running total through the combat.
Ooh, you did that. Yes, so he's going to use one sorcery point. He's gonna use one sorcery point to reroll one of these dice with empowered spell.
Okay.
Not much better. 5 fire damage.
All right, 5 fire damage. So you hit it, and it does hit. It's just there's just a little arm blobby thing that you're aiming at. So it does hit, but it doesn't take a ton of damage.
Cool. Bonuses. Yep, that'll be it for now.
Okay.
He's gonna wait and see what these guys do next. So yeah. And I guess he's gonna move himself somewhat closer, but not like right next to them. So he's just gonna move further onto the deck of the ship because I think he was just like right near the entrance of coming out from above. Because he only was looking around; he hadn't gone to the edge to look yet. So
sounds good. Hasan, you are up, and you have just been hit unceremoniously. And you're muted.
I figured it out.
You need 8 people all at once to tell you that you're muted.
I know. It feels great. So I have a wild magic deck, Paul.
Yeah.
If you recall.
Sure do.
I'm gonna throw a card at it.
Okay.
Good.
Go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
What's the worst that could happen?
I die.
A lot.
That is the worst that could happen
Yeah.
for me.
It could grow twice
Could
its
become
size.
large.
Yeah.
Guys,
That could happen.
Just let me do my thing.
You know what? I think this feels like a desperate moment and a throw like
I
this.
deliver things too seriously, I guess.
Yeah. What'd you roll?
That is a 53.
53.
I want it to turn into a sheep so bad.
Okay.
I wanted to just bamf into another plane of existence.
Plant.
You
Do a potted
you
plant.
flick the card at it, and we're going to call this a bonus action.
Oh, great. Cool.
Maybe if it had done a ton of damage, it'd be an action. But you flick a card at it, and it settles into the ooziness of it,
I'm so scared.
and nothing appreciable happens. You don't really see any change in it.
Mm-hmm.
Its wish come true or something? What happened?
Well, here's the thing about the wild magic table, is that most stuff on it is very situational. You don't really know unless you are experiencing the thing that it does.
Yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That was my bonus action.
Throwing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Like a little flick.
I guess I will vicious mockery it
Okay.
too, I guess.
Make fun of it.
It has to make a wisdom save. And it's gonna -7 from that, by the way.
Well, that's then a 2.
Great. Okay.
What are you saying to this blob?
I don't know. You're ugly, I guess. I don't know.
I really want you to say what
It's kind of ironic because Jason doesn't like insult things very often, so he
Right.
doesn't really know how to say. He's just like, I never met a tentacled monster I liked. You're no different.
You know,
Um,
it
cut
seems
so
it
deep.
seems that the arm just kind of like droops sadly. Like
yeah, that's right. And it takes 3 psychic damage from that as well, and it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
that is
So-
very good.
Yeah, you're welcome, everyone.
Okay.
I'm so intimidating.
Josie, are you gonna stay where you are? I mean, you are in melee range with it at this point. So if you move, but sorry, Hasan, are you gonna stay where you are?
Oh no! Wait, but is it gonna get an attack if I
It
move?
would, yes.
Oh, no! I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Then Josie, you are up.
Okay. What is the captain doing?
The captain, go ahead and make an insight check. Kenku's can be a little hard to read.
Insight, that is +2. Remember, I own a duck, so. It's a 19 +2.
Okay. He looks like, so the boat is still like pushing forward because of the magical way that the paddle wheel moves. And so it looks like he is like manning the wheel to keep it as centered as he can as it strains against this stuff. Kind of like as soon as there's a break in, as soon as he can get through, he's going to be ready to do so. So he's readying himself in that way.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the captain. I'm gonna say, just because you're a boy, it doesn't mean you have to be yellow-bellied. All right, and I'm going to go down. Oh, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to look at the one who hasn't been attacked yet.
Mm-hmm.
Or are we attacking both simultaneously?
Only one has been attacked. Only the one
Okay.
next to Hasan. So as you're looking at the front of the boat, it's to the left. That side.
These things don't strike me as very charismatic. So I'm gonna cast Bane on the one that hasn't been attacked so far.
Okay. On the one that has not been attacked. Got it.
Yes. It is a charisma save of 12. Actually, up to 3 creatures of my choice? Please, make it 2. For the price of 1.
Okay, so the first one...
There might be a third in the forest.
the first one rolls 13.
I guess they
The
are
second one
charismatic.
rolls a 9.
Okay, so 1 passes, 1 fails.
Okay, so the one that has not been attacked yet, that one passes. The one that's had all kinds of negative modifiers on it is now also baned.
Wow.
Ah, great.
So it has advantage on being attacked against. It has disadvantage on its next attack. And what does Bane do?
Bane, easy peasy. Here's what's gonna happen. So
Has disadvantage.
you get a
It's the opposite of
D4.
bless.
Oh, all right.
Minus D4 on anything that you do.
Yeah.
So even if it does hit, it's minus D4.
So it has disadvantage and has to minus a D.
Yeah.
There's no way that thing's hitting.
If it does.
Yeah.
That's got to be a
That's-
really high roll.
That's a
It's
heck
hard
of a
when it
roll.
does hit, though.
And may I please, I would like to use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Yeah, you can certainly do so.
Solid.
Okay.
What
I
does your
cast-
spiritual weapon look like?
Yeah.
I would like, I'm going to reach in the back of my pack and I'm going to pull out a feather from Bombay. And I'm going to, and it's going to create this like golden energy to make a giant Bombay.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to attack. Well, can I attack since I cast it or no?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
I believe you can cast
Okay.
it. With it. Yeah.
Since this one, I'm going to attack the one that has not been baned and been screwed over to hell. I'm going to attack the one that has not been attacked yet with my spiritual weapon.
All right.
Okay. What does that look like? Where's it go? 1d8 plus 2.
You have to roll to hit first.
Of course, obviously. That is a 15 plus 4 is a 19.
That will do it.
Okay, so that's a 1d8 plus 2. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That is a 4 plus 2. So a 6 damage.
And what
Does
kind
it
of
look-
damage is that?
That is beautiful, beautiful radiant damage, I think.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. There was a summon in Final Fantasy VII where sometimes it would just be a giant baby chocobo that would just slam onto an enemy.
Oh, it's force
this
damage.
This
I'm
feels
sorry.
very
It's
similar. Force damage. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for my movement, I would like to make my way to the rudder, if that's possible, so I can kickstart this thing and get out of here.
Okay.
Oh my
I mean, it's going. You know, it's going. It just it's pushing against the blockade. But you make your way near the back of the boat.
Paul,
Yes.
could I have, as a free action, told our captain that I also heard something to our left?
Sure.
Yeah. Just when I ran over there,
He's
like
not already stressed enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have him just make a quick roll. He looks at you like he hates you for giving him that information.
you know, he'll hate me more if he didn't know.
Okay, it is the turn of this other thing in the water. This thing that's not have all these crazy modifiers. It's going to make a quick roll to see who it is targeting.
It does have one modifier on it, right? Didn't Ariel hex it?
No,
No,
hex the other one.
The other one.
Oh, so that one's
This
also
dude's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
this one's not
fine.
been touched except for spiritual weapon just now.
Am I the only one in front of it? Or
You and Crickstump are like nearish. That's not that big a boat. It is choosing to target Crickstump.
bring it on.
So Crickstump, it like slithers its way out of the water, and
I wrangled beasts before. This ain't no different.
that is a 10 to hit.
I'd sidestep it.
Okay, yeah, it's not super fast, so it just kind of like swipes across, and you're able to move to the side.
This is also a question. If
Yeah.
I cast a spell on my turn, could I also use a reaction that uses a spell slot or no?
What reaction are you looking at?
It's absorb elements. It does use a spell slot.
You gotta be
But
hit though.
Right. This is just for future.
No, that's a great question. I would say that is such a limited case thing that I would say sure.
Okay. I don't want to go out of turn by just using it.
There's not that many that reaction spells. So, sure.
Okay.
Okay. Crickstump.
Hey.
You dodge out of the way, and you see what is making this noise.
In
you
the
see-
like in the woods.
Yeah. You are facing in that direction. As it swipes across you, you duck, and you see a large hand like snap a tree. And you see an ogre, but it doesn't look like it's doing so hot. It's got like huge boils on its face, and there's like weeping pus that just like drains across its chest and onto the
That's so
ground.
gross.
Can I make a quick insight check to see if this thing is coming after these blobs or us?
I don't think it's coming after us. It doesn't sound like it.
Well, I just in case, like the acid damage that hurt you
go ahead
also hit the ogre.
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check. Sure.
That's what I mean.
What's that?
Go ahead and make an insight check. Sure.
Okay, thank you. Big old 6.
You got no fucking clue, but it's really scary. Like this, as it raises its arm up, you can see like through part of its arm as it's been rotted away. This does not look entirely living.
Yikes.
Ariel,
Neat.
you are up.
I finally have resistance to acid damage.
Sweet.
Oh.
That is good to
Get
have
it.
right now.
Get it, girl.
I'm like sad that it's not trying to hit me. Okay, anyway. This is the only time. So question.
Yeah.
Is there a spot at which I can see that the two blobs are like next to each other or on top of each other?
Yeah, so you move around and you can see as you near the front of the boat, you can see that the one that's got fairy fire on it is like overlapping the other. If this is the boat, it's like here.
Okay.
Yes, Hassan.
I didn't realize that my vicious mockery damage goes up at 5th level, so it's actually 2d4, and so I rolled my second one, and it's another 4 psychic damage.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know,
Sorry about that. Ariel.
it is so mocked.
So you look forward, you can see that spot where they kind of like blur together.
All right. Here's what I'm thinking in my head. I kind of want to know what I'd have to roll in order to
Sure.
do it.
That's the
So,
game.
once upon a time, you gave me a jade statue. Somehow I got it. I don't remember where we were.
Okay.
And it is a one-time use, one-way ticket to the realm of water.
I do recall that.
I kind of want to chuck it right where they're overlapping.
And like send them.
But I assume that's a difficult thing for me to do. So
This is incredible.
Go ahead.
I love this game. This game is awesome.
So, first of all, regardless of how this goes, you're going to get a DM initiative or DM inspiration for that idea. because it's a really brilliant idea.
Also, she doesn't feel bad about it because obviously they can survive in the water.
Yeah.
So
Make for
You
me.
just want them gone.
Make for me an just a straight intelligence check
oh god. All right.
to formulate this plan.
Can I give her bardic inspiration?
Let's do it.
I don't think so, only because she's not really against it. She's
Yeah,
kinda...
you're right. You're right.
Oh.
But if you wanted to use your inspiration right now, you could do that because I've already given it to you.
Do it.
You should do it.
Yeah,
But no pressure.
I rolled a 6 on the die. So
yeah, do it.
20 more would be helpful.
yeah, let's do that. I'll use my inspiration. Do I just roll another d20?
Yeah, just roll another d20 and add it right on top.
God, it's gonna be low again. Okay.
So 6 plus
10. Plus my modifier or no?
plus your modifier.
I only have plus one.
Okay, so
That's
17 total.
That's not bad. That's
So
not bad.
you grab hold of the jade statue, and
I think it's wrapped in something.
here's how it feels to you. You could throw it, and you would have to throw it pretty accurately.
Okay.
Or you could just dive in and touch it directly, because you do have acid resistance.
Oh hell yeah! She's gonna do that.
Yeah!
Why didn't I think of that? What a dummy! Yeah. Okay, she's gonna do that.
Okay.
Also, she can breathe underwater, so who cares?
All right.
Yeah.
So the rest, Crickstump, you've got the best view of this because you were near Ariel at the time. You see Ariel just dive off the front of the boat and into the water.
I really don't think too much of that because I know like she's great in the water. That makes sense.
Okay.
She's screaming something about how she doesn't have her swimsuit.
That surprises me.
Yeah, doesn't she just like wear a swimsuit under her clothes at all time? Because I feel like that's how it would be. Like she lives at the beach, so you just always have.
I don't know. It got wet yesterday, so she was trying to let it dry out.
Like you're not literally partly made of water.
Okay. So you dive into the water, and both of them will take swipes against you as you kind of move through this stuff. That first one is a 19 to hit, and the second one's a 24 to hit.
They both hit. I don't know how my resistance works. Is it just half damage?
It would be
or
half damage for the acid. Yeah.
Okay.
So that first one hits for 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Wow. I mean, it's better because you have resistance. Well, that's 30 reduced down to 15 points of acid damage.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, Lordy Christ.
The second one hits for 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And 20 points of acid damage reduced down to 10.
Are you dead?
Basically dead. Yeah, she's dead.
Not dead.
Well, you're down.
But did your thing? Did her thing work?
So you dive in, and these like pseudopod arms like reach out at you as you're swimming through them, and you can feel your vision start to go black as you sink into the water, and we will see what happens with that as time progresses.
Wait. So she didn't even get to touch the thing to
The thing?
like her jade statue?
Not
She didn't get to do that?
not before she went unconscious.
How are we Okay. Ah!
it is the turn of the amorphous blob with all the negative modifiers in the world.
You should just kill it. You should just say it's dead because it's gonna be.
It's not. It's like super not dead. But it is going to go ahead and let's see. Yeah, it's going to attack Heisan again. It rolls at
disadvantage and minus
disadvantage
the D4.
minus D4.
Okay, so that's that, and
it's hexed. What does that do?
That's for con.
Oh,
check.
right.
Doesn't matter because hex goes away.
17.
Oh yeah.
That is with all that is a 15 to hit, Heisan.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. That is for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
With all that still hits Heisan?
It rolled well on those. It rolled basically the same thing both times. And 21 points of acid damage.
I am unconscious.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right. So you the rest of you on deck see this thing whip around and smash into Heisan, who just kind of limply crashes near the captain's station.
Guys, what the fuck is going on?
Big blobs.
Dudes.
Big old blobs.
Big old blobs. Big bad blobs.
Crickstump, you watch. There's a lot of stuff going on. You watch Ariel dive in. You hear Heisan hit the deck, and then another of these horrible ogre things comes out from behind the first.
Jeez.
I
Wait,
really don't think they're
there's a-
bad. I
there's a-
really don't think they're gonna hurt us.
There's a second
really
ogre
don't.
or second hand.
second
A
ogre.
second ogre.
Whoo, boy.
I am holding out hope that they are gonna get these bad baddies.
And
these
Crystal,
bad tentacles.
TPK.
You are up.
Yeah. This is an easy one because I saw it. So, healing word on Heisan.
Okay.
God bless you, bestie.
Yeah, no problem, dude. No problem.
You dove in the water. We don't know that you're unconscious, Ariel.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just assume that you're fine. I mean, I can't
So
think any other way.
Healing word gives me what?
Hold on. It's not much, but you'll be up in a second. That's 6. Heal for 6.
Great. Since it knocked me out of the way, am I no longer in its range, Paul?
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Great.
that you were, as you were trying to move and as it hit you, you were
Yeah.
far enough away that you're not directly in melee with it.
Great.
Yeah, and then I'm going to and then because that was a first level, I am going to cantrip. I'm going to chill touch this thing that has been fairy fired.
Okay.
Because I would have done something else that might have knocked it back, but I see a down party member, so it needs to be done. Let's see. So chill touch is an attack roll.
And you do have advantage on that.
I do. A dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. Nice. So that is 2d8 plus, I believe. Let me just double check my staff. It's a d4. Okay. Ooh, well, I rolled a 7 and an 8 on my d8s.
Okay.
So that's nice. So that is 15 necrotic damage. And actually, +1. So that's 16 necrotic damage.
Okay.
To monster 1 or 2? Which one?
To fairy fired all the bad
That's
stuff
number 1. Okay.
to number 1.
Yeah, so you hit it what feels like a very substantial hit to it. You see that part of it like crystallizes and flakes off.
And because I'm the only one next to it, I don't know its movement. Do I want to? No, I'll keep where I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you keep your position. Skamos.
Okay. So, how wide is the river / the boat?
The boat is about 20 feet wide.
Okay.
The river right now is probably an additional 15 feet on each side.
Okay.
It's pretty narrow right here.
Got it. And from what we can gauge, these Amebus fellows the boat is struggling against them in the bottom.
Yes.
Part, right? Okay. So, this is what I am considering to do. I want to cast Tidal Wave
Okay.
behind the boat to see if it will hit the dudes as well, but also lift the boat with the movement above these guys.
Okay.
It is 30 feet wide and 10 feet tall and 10 feet... Oh, is the 3 measurements. $10 feet wide. Oh, yeah, up to 30 feet long. Yeah, so 30 feet long wave, 10 feet tall, 10 feet wide.
Okay. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay. I'm going to use Tides of Chaos to get an advantage on this roll.
Okay.
Hey.
It's a little better. That's 17.
All right. Would it work? Very possibly. Is there a possibility that it could knock people overboard? Yes.
Okay.
You feel like everyone would be affected in some way.
Right.
Mechanically speaking, everyone would have to make the dexterity
What is
save.
she cast? What are you casting?
Tidal Wave.
Oh my god, this is gonna be good.
You would definitely raise the boat. Like, you feel like it would do that, but you also feel like it is entirely possible that it would not go exactly as planned.
Got it. Okay.
Up to you, though.
He's gonna hold on to that to see how this next turn goes.
Okay.
Because Hasan got back up. So, we'll see what happens in this next turn. And this is now his definite Hail Mary if this gets worse.
All right.
faster.
All right.
So, can he gauge an insight on these ogres about if they're here to hurt us or they're just going, I'm covered in boils?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
10.
Also, I would have yelled out, guys, there's look over there. in the heat of combat.
So I will say that both of these checks are going to count as your bonus action for this. Like, you're taking time to really think things through.
Right.
They don't look. You've encountered undead things before. Undead things like moving targets for feeding. You could probably guess that this is what's up.
Got it. They're here to feed. Cool. All right. He is going to cast the ogre, the close ogre, the one who poked out first. Needs to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. What is being cast at this point?
Maximilian's Earthen Grasp.
Okay. So as as the earth itself reaches up to stop it. It grabs hold of it firm, and this ogre just can't, like, it just stops in its place.
Sweet.
Makes an angry, like, grunt.
Cool. So, he will take 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
Who's taking that?
One of the ogres.
He takes 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And he is restrained.
All right.
If he indeed failed the save.
He did fail the save.
Okay. Cool. So if he wants to break out, he has to use his action to do so.
All right. We'll see if he even understands what that means.
Yep. And it's just another strength check. And, him breaking out of it still maintains the spell. It's a concentration spell. So.
Got it.
And I can move the hand around as I see fit. So.
Okay. Hey,
so I'll do
San.
that, and then I got to roll on the
yes. Yes, you do.
Tides of Chaos.
Thank you for reminding me.
Well, I always can remember that I get to roll on my wild magic table. No worries. 35.
Roll a d10 for me.
Okay. An 8.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That feels good.
Good. Feels great.
You just
Yeah.
Does it?
You don't really notice anything too much. I'm just gonna make a note for later.
Oh my gosh, all these notes for later!
You know,
All this wild magic happening and us having no idea what's going on.
Too much. Keep it in mind for later. Good
hey, San, you are up.
And are up.
Yeah.
If this is gonna eat up my bonus action, then I don't want to do it. But can I, like, figure out if I feel like physical damage is gonna hurt these tentacle things? Because if not, then it's gonna affect what I
You've
do.
seen it up close enough. You feel like damage is being done.
Okay, great. Is there anywhere I can, like, get set up with my crossbow to aim at them where I'm also not on top of them so that they can't hit me?
You can
While
take.
I'm doing this?
I mean, this is a huge blob, and you feel like if it really wanted to get at you, maybe nowhere on this boat is super safe. But if you
Okay.
get to the back of the boat near Josie,
Yeah.
you're a little ways out of the way. So sure.
Okay, I do that.
All right.
I'm gonna do my bonus action first and use my salts and get my 1d12 HP back.
Okay.
Temp.
Those are
Or is that an
temporary.
action? Oh, temp. Well, that's
Which work.
great.
I mean,
that's
yeah,
fine.
that
Whatever.
works too.
Pour some salts. You're ready to go.
Okay, so you uncork the vial and give it a sniff, and as it enters your nose, just like this wave of energy hits.
And I feel like it just kind of makes me sneeze a little bit and gives me one temporary hit point.
So you get a good snuff in and immediately sneeze almost the entire vial
Thing
back out.
Out. That is so disappointing. Ugh.
But you got 1 HP.
I know, but oh God.
What would you like to do for your action?
Yeah, now I'm wondering that. I think I need to be careful because I feel like, if I get damage that's more than my max, right? I'm like dead.
It takes double your maximum.
Oh, it does? Oh.
Yeah.
No.
So if you're at 35,
Yeah.
sorry, the way it goes that I'm thinking if you were at full.
Oh, yeah.
If 35 is your max, you have to get to negative 35
To die outright.
to die outright.
Right. Okay, well, I'm going to cure wounds myself. I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Sounds like a good plan.
At 3rd level.
Okay. So As you are rolling for that, we're going to go ahead and go to Josie.
That's great.
Josie, you are up. You are near the back of the boat. Hassan has come over near you as well.
Okay. 2 things. Do I know that Ariel's in the water? Did I see that happen?
Yeah. It's not that big of a boat. You saw Ariel jump in.
Do I know that she's perishing?
No idea. There's absolutely nobody has an eye on Ariel.
Cool. Cool. Do I notice the ogres too?
Yes.
I informed.
Yep.
One of them
Everybody
is
can now
trained by
see the boil-covered ogres.
Okay. It's time to put on business cap, anime eyes. I would like to look at the rudder, please.
All
And
that,
see
and
if
you'd
I-
like to look at the rudder.
Yes, and I would like to see if I can jumpstart this baby to get the heck out of here.
It's not a question of power. The paddle wheel is going full blast. It is
Okay.
just
We're
You're-
literally going against a wall.
yeah. So
That's the thing.
you
We're
know
literally going full speed against an object that is
That
stopping.
can't be good for the boat, though.
the engine
That can't be good.
big wheel keeps on turning. You have not stopped.
Yep.
Okay, so there's still 2 shadow creatures or whatever they're called.
2 blobby things in the
Blobby
water.
thing.
2 blobby things.
One has
I-
taken quite a bit of damage. One has not.
Okay, I would like to. How far are we at the
The other
ogres?
one's on the deck, right?
The ogres are about 25 feet away right now. One of them is not moving, like he's restrained.
Not gonna touch that. That's a later problem, and I can't fix the rudder to go any faster. So we're gonna have to, from my understanding, we have to defeat the black pudding to get through this. Correct.
You're gonna have to, like you gotta unstick yourself.
Or
Cool,
if we're
cool,
really
cool.
screwed, Skamos has a plan. It just may be really bad.
All right, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's do spiritual Bombay against the damaged one,
Okay.
and that's a minus D4 too, and he has disadvantage.
Uh,
Right?
It's
Whatever.
so it's you make an attack roll, so you have advantage on
Got
that.
it. Okay, so that's +4. That is a 16 +4.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Was that an advantage?
No.
Oh,
That was just-
roll at advantage.
You might
Okay.
get in that 20.
That's a 14
Oh,
plus
okay.
4.
Hey,
Because you
It's
never
always
know.
worth it.
I'm not gonna
Always
say no
worth
to
it.
more rolls, you know? That's a 1d8 +2. That is a 4 +2 again. Weird. That's 6 damage.
Okay.
Bombay is gonna do it, you know? Sit on it.
As
right.
it crashes down.
Yes. And then that was my bonus action. And for my next trick, I would like to. Dang, we're gonna have to defeat these blobs, aren't we? Okay.
No, we gotta at least get him out of the water.
Okay. I'm going to take some. I don't think we have a choice, dang it. I'm going to get my my wrench out,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to spit on it and wiggle a feather from Bombay. And the spit is going to glow, and it's going to create like this honeydew pattern on it, you know, like starts to get thicker. And I'm going to cast a guiding bolt at the undamaged one.
Okay.
Well, actually, let's just finish off this damaged
Whap
one.
that.
Just
whap
finish
that.
him off.
Whomp the damaged boy.
Yep, and that is +4. Okay.
This
Okay.
poor duck having his feathers plucked all the time. How do you feel about that?
He's paid more than he is at the Adventurers Guild, so you know.
So make sure to roll an advantage for that guiding bolt, or is that a save?
Yeah. No, I attack you.
Okay.
So eat this. That is first one's 11 +4, and the other one is 13 +4.
Either would hit.
Okay, so That is going to be 4d6 radiant damage. Don't mess with my coworkers. That is a 6
Coworkers?
plus 6. Josie don't know you.
Yeah, we're coworkers.
Well, she certainly hasn't tried to get to know me, has she?
I got a 6, a 6, a 6, and a 5. So we're going
Wow.
All
That
right.
is-
Wow.
So that's
23 radiant damage.
23 radiant damage. I'm
Oh,
amending
yeah.
this.
Okay. You can see as it hits, like there are like big gaps and holes being blown through it. You're definitely carving out a lot of it.
Yeah, I'm sure we can't
It's
see
not dead yet? Oh, gosh.
because it's a blob. I'm sure we can't see like how hurt it is.
It's very difficult, you know, doesn't have face or voice. Any
Or,
appreciable
or-
anything.
Or really a form. Like it's
Yeah. And I'm worried about Ariel. So I'm going to go to the place where she jumped off and just look over. And that'll be
Okay.
the end of my turn.
All right. Yeah, you make your way. You start making your way towards the front of the boat. It is the turn of this blobby thing that's not all the negatives in the world, and it is going to take another swing at Crickstump.
that's yeah.
That is a 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Now's a good time to
Okay.
use.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, it is.
That is 3 points of bludgeoning damage
I can deal with that.
and 23 points of acid damage.
So yeah, I absorb elements, which I believe. Hold on. You have you have resistance to the triggering damage type until the start of my next turn. Also, the first time I hit with a melee attack on my next turn, the target takes an extra 1d6 of the triggering type.
Okay.
So I only take 11 acid damage.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's considered one of the elements you can absorb. I didn't know that.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay.
It's the natural one.
And I will say that because of that, I will say that you do not take the -1 penalty on your armor. Hasan, we are at -2 for you, by the way.
Oh, frick.
'cause
That's
you've been hit
right.
twice.
Wait, does this mean I have to go get my armor fixed? Like, is this permanent?
Is not permanent.
I know a guy
It's
that.
not permanent.
Not
What am I,
bad.
You know a
chopped
guy?
liver? I'm chopped
Oh!
liver? What am I
Oh
doing?
my
Come
gosh, we're in the middle of combat. Give him 5 seconds to think about it.
Sheesh.
The
That's why I
ogre,
have a coworkers.
that is not restrained starts walking into the water. You note with especially Crickstump, you're on that side with some small element of horror that it walks through this globby horribleness. Just walks right through,
Oh.
Well,
and you can see bits of it that are like acid etched away, floating to the surface of the river.
ugh.
Like it's just taking this damage as it goes.
Wow.
He's hungry, you know? He wants.
And he's
nom-noms.
he's nearing the edge of the boat at this point. I say he like it's not an undead ogre. That's on me.
We talking like Pirates of the Caribbean, like they're walking through the water like underneath, just like slowly.
Yeah, it's not like rushing.
Creeping
He's not like in a hurry.
Is he Irish or Scottish or something? I mean, like.
Ariel,
Yeah.
what you
Question.
recall?
Real
Yeah.
question, actually. Because I'm knocked out and because I breathe air, would I be like floating at this point?
Well, we're kind of gonna. You don't know, frankly.
No, I just mean for the purposes of everybody's to see me.
Yeah. Well, what you do know
Yes.
right now is that
Yeah.
you dove into the water, arm outstretched, like ready to deliver this jade statue.
Yeah.
And as you continued going through the water, suddenly the water becomes clear and boundless. Just you can breathe so normally. It is so fresh and peaceful. You look around and the water extends endlessly in all directions. You know what this means, but it's not necessarily a scary thing unless you want to make it that way. It's just floating. And I do need you to make a death save.
I just roll a d20, right?
Yep.
7.
Okay. You continue to float and allow yourself to be carried down further into the endlessness where the light shines a little bit less. For the rest of you, get our music adjusted a little bit.
Thank you.
Everybody, go ahead and make a perception check. Crickstump. You are muted.
19.
19. Josie.
13.
13. Skamos.
10.
10. And Hasan.
17.
Okay. Nobody rolled low enough that you can't, at least have an idea of what happens in the next couple of seconds.
Uh-huh.
Suddenly, the mass that is on that one, on the right side of the boat, the mass that's with its arm has been swinging around Crickstump, disappears in a flash. And just a second or two later, you hear this like horrible, like globby mess come out near the paddle wheel. Like, as it's redeposited back out over the paddle wheel and downstream.
Oh no.
Sucked up somehow? In the boat?
No, we just figured out how the boat works.
Yeah, and
Wait, what?
Josie, since you've been so keen on figuring it out, you would... I think it's fair that, you, at least if not right now, soon afterward, this would occur to you, that the paddle wheel works by opening a portal to the plane of water. So water from that plane just gushes out and powers the paddle wheel.
And it got sucked into the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo! So that one's like dead?
So it is not dead, but it is like being pushed downstream.
Great.
Is that the damaged one or the undamaged?
The undamaged one.
Oh, yeah!
So you can see that all of you can kind of feel the boat is like starting to turn a little bit because like it's still being powered, but there's nothing pushing on that side. It actually bumps into the ogre who grabs onto the railing and is like being pushed with it because the other one just barely has it like wrapped around. So the boat is starting to like list to the side as it's being powered. And in all this churning water, Ariel's body, everyone but Skamos sees, because Skamos rolled low enough to not see that, is like bobbing up at the top of the water.
Yeah.
It is now the turn of the one blobby guy who is still in the action here. And
with all the ailments.
Yes, with all the ailments. It's still up.
Bring it on!
And it's going to try to attack Skamos.
Good.
Gamos.
And it rolls.
Honestly,
at-
rude at this point.
Again, that is a 19 to hit. Oh, let
Very
me
good.
make
Ow.
sure. Roll the d4.
Oh wait, no.
16.
Since you were knocked out, does the mockery still count?
No. Well, that was only one round anyway.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't last though.
Okay, so right now it's just baned. Got it. So that is a. Yeah,
well,
that-
is it not fairy fired anymore?
It's fairy fired and baned. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 16 to hit.
Still hits.
Okay.
Skamos is wearing torn clothing.
So
Fine,
what?
cover him up.
So what you're saying is he's fine.
Yeah.
That is 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
Okay.
And 18 points of acid damage.
Owie.
And your torn clothes have a -1.
Doesn't matter
Against
because I don't
them.
have any armor,
Right.
so that's actually beneficial to me.
So it whips around and just hits you again.
However, he now needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Are you doing what I think you're doing?
Yeah.
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 So that is
Yeah,
a
bruh.
10.
10 does not save. So he will do the splashy acid, kind of like starts pitting Skamos' skin, and he'll like look at it and he'll be like, I've seen worse, and he'll like kind of like clench his fist, and like all of the acid that's like pouring on his skin will like start to ignite in flames, and he'll just punch the dude and hit him with hellish rebuke.
Okay.
Wow.
Rebuke that blob.
This is the blob. The blob. Great. That's right, because acid. Damn. I got it.
It is
Took me a
rebuke
second.
for 16 fire damage.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
And it dies.
as it whips and hits Skamos, you wave your hand and the acid ignites, and it ignites suddenly, like, and the blobbiness that was hanging over the railing disconnects from the rest, like flops onto the ground, burning like hot tar. And in fact, all of it catches fire in the water, and so the half of the river is in flames, as
You gotta love it.
suddenly you hear this like squawk of frustration as Bellringer is struggling against the wheel to get it right again, as the boat lists and like banks. Everybody has to hang on a little bit and starts to take off. Everybody make for me a constitution check.
We can't leave Aria.
I got a 36 on the wild magic table.
A 36 in the wild magic table. Okay, roll another d10 for me. We'll do that later.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to add to this.
Okay, so everybody roll a constitution check besides
Just a
Ariel.
check?
Just a check. You are testing reflexes and awareness at this point, and I'm going to say that you need to get a 15 or above to be kind of included in this next thing that happens.
Ah. Interesting.
Okay, Crickstump.
14.
Okay. Josie.
9 + 2, so 11.
Skamos.
15 exactly.
Heisan.
16.
Heisan and Skamos. Go ahead and make for me I'm going to say either an athletics or an acrobatics check. Your choice.
You got it. Oh,
This is
acrobatics. Baby.
Acro!
This is in
Acrobatics.
trying to scoop up Ariel as you go.
Oh, do it.
Oh,
I
I'm
hope.
the hero.
I was gonna say. I hope that's a good O.
Skamos, what'd you get?
Got a solid 6.
Okay.
Solid 6, baby.
Hey, son.
That's okay, because I got a 26.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Get
as the boat lurches forward and banks, the ogre loses its grip. Skamos, you're scrambling to try to get over. Hey-san, from the near the back of the boat, you grab on to the railing and dive over the side, holding onto the railing as you grab the back of Ariel's clothes, and both of you are almost like water skiing off the side as the boat takes off at full speed up the river.
I do have to ask, Paul. Was the ogre still holding on to the side of the boat?
It did lose its grip.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Had to ask.
And with that, as the boat works its way out of immediate danger, we will go ahead and go to our break. So
Great.
we'll be back in just a minute. All right, we are back. We're going to pick it up about a half an hour or so later.
Oh, I definitely healing worded
Yeah.
Arya.
Yeah.
So that we don't have to worry too much about that.
We got 6 HP.
I'll say this: you're not getting another encounter in this day, so don't worry about tracking all that right away. But you get a little bit of time to catch your breath. You are after about a half an hour of traveling, you are out of that thick forest, back into the more open areas where you can breathe a little bit. Skamos, you get a sneaking suspicion, just from how you're feeling, and you find a mirror, and you note a bit of gray hair where there wasn't before.
Oh no!
You have aged from your wild magic 16 years.
Wait, how old were you and how old are you now and how long do you live? I need to know the perspective. I need to understand.
Okay, so
Skamos was.
tieflings age about the same rate as humans do.
Okay.
Because they're basically just part human, part demon. So
Yeah.
he was 36. So he is now
52.
52.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, you are now solidly
Whoa!
in middle age.
Oh my goodness!
You know, not at risk of dying of old age or anything like that, but definitely you're in a different part of life all of a sudden.
Right? One boat ride. Look at that.
Yeah, one boat ride, and he's looking for a new Corvette.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah, in a few years you'll be as old as Tom Brady.
Oh.
you just made a sports
I know,
reference.
I know, I just
What are
couldn't-
you doing?
You know, I wouldn't have even done it if you weren't here, Zach. And it's just once in a while. So you start to, you put yourselves back together. Bellringer is finally calming down a bit. Still at the wheel, like white knuckling it for the most part. But from here on to Lake Telvalar, you've got time and some relatively smooth sailing. So over the next 4 days, is there anything that you would like to be doing?
Can I just, for flavor,
Yeah.
I assume somebody asked me what I did because I don't know if anybody actually knew
Sure.
what was going on.
You can just say it unprompted because it was awesome.
I will have told everybody
Yeah.
what happened. Because I assume also you guys would be like, why are you stupid? Why did you jump in there?
And say that to you?
You jumped in the water, and you always jump in the water at the first opportunity.
No, I just assumed it was normal.
Yeah, that's it. I just want to add that little.
Okay. I think that is very fair.
She's not very hardy, So she's gonna feel very proud of herself.
You took a couple of big hits there. I rolled 4 d8s and 3 of them had 8s on them.
4d8 acid damage.
Yeah. Josie.
I would like to go to Hasan, and I would like to examine his armor, see how it's been, messed up a little bit.
Yeah.
He hands it to you and says, "It's ruined because I took enough damage that it's like not wearing armor for me." So he thinks he looks very concerned that it's beyond repair.
Yeah. So in its current state, it has a -2 penalty to AC.
Have you tried mending it? Have you tried turning it on and turning it off again?
He's like, it's armor.
So taking it
Putting
off.
it on
and
and off.
Take.
Oh, putting it on.
What was
it's
its
rags, it
AC
just falls
originally?
off.
While I was wearing it, I had an AC of 13.
That was close.
So,
Yeah, so it is still repairable.
oh, nice.
Okay.
So yes, I would say that if you wanted to make that your project over the next several days, that you could repair it back to its original state.
Okay. I'm going to. Is this a mending thing or is it like a whole shebang?
I'll say that if you're going to take like a few days of work on it, you don't need to make any rolls for it.
Okay.
Because
I'm going
presumably you would be making rolls the entire time, and eventually you're going to have success. You have the benefit of time here, so a roll would not be needed.
Okay. I'm going to take the armor. I'm going to look at it and it's like, I'm going to have to call in next, but on this one.
And Ariana
Hey.
will be next.
Bombay. And Bombay's going to put his little goggles on. And Bombay's going to be like, Look, it doesn't look good. I got to be honest with you. It needs new blinker fluid. It needs more, how do I say this? Tender love and care. I'm going to take some time on this. Do this. It's not going to be cheap.
Oh, how much?
How much you got?
I have 10 gold.
10 gold. Bombay, how are your rates today? Bombay's going to be like, look, my guy, he has a lot of customers. He got a lot of things on his plate.
Yeah.
He's going to have a little bit more than 10 gold. Do you have any valuables, you know?
Yeah, he definitely has a lot of customers while we're on this boat.
I'm trying to run a business here. Come on.
Yeah, on a boat.
I mean, do you want a couple wild magic deck cards?
What's in it for me? What's it going to do? Is it going to turn me into dust?
I mean, that's the thing.
Potentially,
Nobody
if you're
knows.
unlucky. Skamos reaches up and now kind of gnarled finger.
Like some new glasses.
Tell me how it works.
Bifocals.
You throw a card at, whatever you want to have the magic done to, and then, something happens.
I got a family full of gamblers. I'm not supposed to gamble, It's against my religion. Anyway, any
Sorry.
valuable things, that can help me, put you into this, repair process?
I don't. The most valuable things I have are my instruments, and I wouldn't part with those for anything.
What kind of instruments?
I'm not going to part with them. I
Don't
even
you want
think you
this
should look at
armor?
them.
I could, give me something to work with. I can make this armor sing.
Hey,
Play
son,
some
once we
Sundays.
get back in town, I can loan you some money. We can just
No.
get you some new armor.
I
Support
never wear
small
armor,
businesses.
Nissan, and it seems to be doing just fine for me.
It's true. Skamos, he didn't even have to get it repaired. He's just wearing rags
Oh
over
my
there.
gosh. Okay.
You see, Joe, when you try and compete with, money when you have very limited clientele on this boat, there is ways around it. Plus,
Hey, no, Crickstump. You know what? I understand. Josie just, can't do this. It's just
yeah.
not in her wheelhouse. And you know what? I can definitely take my business to someone who, is more capable of fixing this armor.
I did get acquainted with a very lovely gnome in Bolanthar who does repair work.
No,
so
no,
I-
no,
great.
no,
I'll
I'm
take
the
it
only
there.
gnome. I am
Actually-
the only gnome on this adventure. No.
Actually-
I'll
So are you
Wait.
telling me you can do it for 10 gold then?
do it for 10 gold. And
And a song.
you know what?
He's done as excellent.
I love a good song. 10 gold and a song.
I think we have a deal.
Okay. But I don't want you to sing it now. I want to
Oh,
save it.
no. You can save it whenever you want the song, Josie. You come let me know, and I'll play it for you.
Okay, I need this in writing.
Sure. I take out my notebook, and I write this down that I will do this, and I have us both sign it.
Okay, I want a copy.
I mean, you can, yeah. You just keep that.
All right, and I want to make this. I'll make the armor for 10 gold and one song.
Yep.
And I would like to have it say sponsored by Mithril Motors with a duck right on the chest plate.
It's leather armor.
You can
I'm
stamp leather.
gonna make it bright pink just for funsies.
I mean, have you met me? Like, you think I'm gonna be mad about that?
That'd be fine.
See,
Also,
I'm the best there is at what I do.
I do have to ask, would that make it easier to hit you? Since
No, it would not. But if you're for these additional things, go ahead and make a tinkering check.
I'm just doing this farmer. It just happens to be bright pink.
All right. All right. We'll say over the next several days, you get that work done.
Can we say this deal is completely done? We're completely done. We've talked through it. We agree on that.
Hey,
yeah,
I'm
I have
cashing
100.
that
I
in
have
sooner
I just
than
want
later.
the audience to know that I have 132 gold left.
yeah.
I'd like the audience to know that leather armor in the store is 10 gold.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go.
This is bull.
That
This
is great.
BS.
Like I
Why
was.
would Hasan? I hate when people are like, "How much you got?" That's what people say when they're gonna bamboozle you. He may look like pretty and stupid, but he's not stupid. Okay.
I would never bamboozle my good friend Hasan.
I'm sorry.
You're a liar.
I'm sorry.
You're a liar.
Whoa. Good friend. I thought we were co-workers. God damn it.
Yeah, you literally said we were coworkers 10 minutes ago.
Hey,
Oh.
I scratch your back, you scratch mine. I heal you, you heal me. It's a big family. You know, come on.
Has Josie done any healing so far?
Nope. That's because you haven't earned it. None of you have earned it.
I was just
Ow.
listening to all this and just be like,
Ow.
I don't heal people, I blow things up.
Yeah.
Yep,
Sometimes myself.
that checks out.
Crick is like the most like yin and yang. Like he heals, but he also does necrotic damage, so it's kind of like
He heals and he kills.
he heals and he kills. He heals and he kills.
All right. So is there any... Josie's working on that over the next few days. Does anyone else have anything they want to be working on in this time? And yes, Ariel, you were next.
Okay, so there's two things. I'm gonna do the first one. So, she will at some point find a quiet moment where she can approach Hasan. She'll kind of come up quietly. You can see she's playing with like water in her hand, and you see her like form it into what looks like it'll be like a little eighth note, like very elaborate like sculpture, and she'll like freeze it so that it turns into this like ice sculpture. And she'll come up to Hasan and she'll kind of present this to him and say, thank you for saving my life. I sometimes forget how dangerous the water can actually be. I know this is a small token, but just appreciate you. Also, I noticed that you were having trouble sleeping, and well, I have one of these sleep grasses left, and I thought you might have better use for it than I do. And then she'll kind of bow and walk away. And she seems like a little bit like troubled because she, it's not often that she gets knocked out, let alone in her favorite place of existence. And then also she'll try to find a quiet space and cast Augury one more time because she hopes that the woe is over.
Okay.
That's fair.
You do that. You prepare your tea ceremony for augury, and again thinking about this mission. Okay. At the end of the 10-minute ceremony, you get the same result: a very strong weal and a very strong woe.
She retreats to her bottle.
Just instantly like
I'm out.
Like
We're like, that can't be good.
I know what you meant by that, but if an alcoholic said that, it would have been
Who
really.
treats your Bob? No, we shouldn't be laughing at that.
I know.
She has a lot of liquor inside there. She's just fully
It's a
stocked.
full bar.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's mostly gin martinis for Ariel, though.
Ariel? No, no. She's
Sorry. White wine spritzers.
Oh no, she's
What does she
cupcakes,
drink?
cupcakes and hot chocolate, and tea. She's pretty straight laced,
I
except
like
for the
that.
green grass or whatever. So.
Except for the drugs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She eats whole food, she eats organic, and only does Coke on the weekends.
Yeah. She saves it.
Yeah.
She saves it for a fun time.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to do over the next few days here on the river? No. Okay.
I guess. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, I was saying, Skamos, after the shift of things, is less talkative and kind of just like hangs out on the deck of the boat, and has been doing a lot of writing.
In his older years, yeah,
Yes,
does a lot of
he's-
writing.
Yeah, if you want to look behind the veil, he's realizing that circumstances could lead to him just dying on the battlefield because of something like this, so he's writing his memoirs.
Oh. How much do we, Paul? You just said it was a few gray hairs, but how much do we actually notice, like, the age?
Well, I think
Or is it more like an internal clock rather than an external?
it's a little more internal. If it was Hassan, who's human with regular proportions and features, aging 20 years you'd see that pretty obviously.
Okay.
Skamos,
It's hard
Blue
to wrap your head around
skin.
how Skamos looks normally.
Right.
So.
You can tell that you could see that there's more gray hair, but what do wrinkles look like on a blue skinned person with like tattoos and things all over? Very difficult to tell.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So not as apparent as it would be on someone else. And Hassan, you had something you were thinking of.
Yeah. Well, it certainly wasn't that I was also going to do writing because I'm not copying Skamos. So slight change of plans.
It's just calligraphy with it's long form calligraphy.
Since everyone seems very occupied, Ariel's, not around. Josie's busy working on my armor that we had a very good bargaining deal for. And Skamos is writing. I check in with Crickstump and I ask him if he wants to, stand with me as I look off probably the back of the boat, I think. Well, no, that's kind of loud. Maybe the front of the boat. And look out
I'm
at
sorry.
the distance.
You want
What?
to do a Titanic scene? I could hold you.
No.
if you want.
No, that's really not what my intent. I'm standing next to you, okay?
Oh yeah.
And he just says like,
You all right, Fred?
I just wanted to, tell you that I'm really glad that you could come with us on this mission, and I'm sorry if I haven't been very chatty. I'm not upset at anyone or anything.
Well,
but,
I didn't really think that to be to keep it completely straight with you. I did ask Skamos, like, you seem distant and quiet, and I just want to know if he knew anything, and he said, I mean, it's probably better to talk to you about these things. So what's going on? I haven't seen you in a while, but I figured I'd see you eventually. You doing okay?
I mean, I could be doing better. It's just with this whole sort of, assignment we've been sent on, and it's just, one of those things where you think something's over, and then all of a sudden you have to, think about it again when you didn't want to.
Well, I know. I read the previous mission report on on what you guys did. It just covered the basic facts, but it doesn't seem like there's much past that unless, I mean, what? Forgive me for being forward, but did anything else happen on that trip?
Oh, well, honestly, it's a little bit embarrassing
I mean,
to me.
I've seen many embarrassing things you've done, so it's not.
He chuckles at that.
Right.
Well, I know. Well, I just mean what happened makes me feel very foolish, and I know I can be a rather gullible person, but
I wouldn't say gullible. I'd just say you're very open to other people and their ideals. So it's less gullibility, more like you see the best in people.
well, the longer that I do this, the more I worry that that's not the right way to look at the world, because it's true. I always assume that people are good until proven otherwise, and it's gotten me into a little bit of trouble. That was.
You're right to always have suspicions about people, but it's about actions rather than words. You can you know a person by what they do, not what they tell you. So I don't know. It's yeah.
Well, when we, this original assignment with what we assume was the butcher of Bolanthar, his name was Alexander.
Yeah, the haunted house mission. Yeah.
Yes. Well, he was very kind and charming and attractive, and well, he told me everything I ever wanted to hear, and I believed him. And then it turns out that he wasn't who I thought he was, and I have to be honest with you, I'm so desperate to be loved that I'm so quick to believe somebody when they tell me it. And it didn't end up the way I thought it was going to.
Hearing that,
understand what I mean.
Hearing that, Crick thinks back, and the last time he actually saw Hasan before this, Hasan was going off with Roderick, so that statement kind of feels a little off to him. Just the desperate need to be loved, and I just think like, well, wasn't he? Like, but I don't quite bring it up. Like I just stay silent for a second.
Sorry if telling you this makes you uncomfortable. I just, I haven't really told anyone, and I don't.
Listen, you have every right to feel, uncomfortable about what we're jumping back into, especially if like big feelings were felt, and now you kind of got to bring them right back to the surface. I'd like to apologize for, not talking to you about this before. And
you don't have to apologize for that. You didn't do anything wrong.
I know, but I assumed your feelings were, I don't know. I assumed that you, as just a person, were different for a minute, and I didn't know why. And I should have at least, brought this forward to you before someone else. Even though, old man over here, he's a friend of ours, but
I wouldn't call an old man.
I just
like, I have no idea what happened.
No, I only say old man because I noticed like a few gray hairs, but that's all I notice.
Skamos will because he's sitting on the deck, not listening to the conversation, but he's nearby and hears him being referenced.
Well, I
like,
literally.
We're talking about you, not to you.
He's got his pipe, and he'll just purposefully act older and just be like, you don't know a thing about the existence of the world, Quickstamp. And then we'll go back to smoking his pipe.
What a goober.
You are right, sir. And as my elder, I should respect you.
Anyway.
but I don't. But I Crixum feels very much better after this conversation. He just he feels like, you know.
Hey son thanks you for listening and just says, I hope you won't think less of me or poorly of me because of bad decisions I've made in the past.
Buddy, if I judged everyone off their past decisions, like, I would be not with the guild. I would not be there'd be a lot of things that people would give me a side eye for. So there's no reason to, you know, say sorry for that. All right? Now
Right.
get in here.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I'll give you a hug.
It's the biggest
Sure.
biggest hug like Crick has given a while. And then while he's like that, he's like, I really should have these deep discussions with my sister when I see her. I haven't really talked to her in a while. Ooh.
You should. You need to tell the people who are important to you that they're important to you.
Yeah. I turn back. Hey, old man, you are important to me.
Scavos will just actually, like, very genuine, be like, I like you a lot too, Crick. Friend. We'll go back to writing.
All the love going around.
I'm sorry I held animosity to you for a few months there.
A few months is so long.
I assumed it had only been like 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, Ariel.
I have one more thing.
Mhm.
It's short, but because she's in her, you know, in her space and nobody can see her, there's actually one more augury she would like to do.
Sure.
And the question that she will pose is around, like, will she ever find her mother?
Oh. Okay. The big question's coming out today.
The big
All right.
one. She had a near-death experience, and now she's, will I ever see her?
Will
again?
I see my loved ones again? Yeah.
Okay. You take some time in your own space to focus on that. And you close your eyes, and what you get almost is like a scent, like a beautiful, like strong, like floral scent, like pleasing and wheel. And then there just feels like this small little undercurrent of woe, just like in little bits.
Oh no. Okay. Cool.
Hey, Son.
Hi. Yeah.
Your last night on the river, you can track on the map that you'll be onto the lake and into Bolanthar the next day. The last night of the river, the mood has been lighter for the most part since the encounter. And as you go to sleep that evening, a nightmare takes you a little bit by surprise because things have been so pleasant in the last few days. As you sleep, you are back in the house of Alexander Lahane, by yourself, knowing that you shouldn't be by yourself, knowing that the rest of the party that was there with you should be somewhere nearby. But you walk through its twisting corridors, through looping through rooms again and again, knowing that the house is twisting in on itself and leading you astray, leading you further and further from anyone who can help, and you finally find yourself in a different room, in a room that you stayed in, Alexander's bedroom. And he is there. And he turns to look at you as you come in and extends a hand to you. And some distant part of your mind, of course, wants to just run screaming out of there, but this is a dream, and we do not always cooperate in the ways that we would want. You see your own hand taking his as he pulls you in. Your lips touch. You close your eyes, and you feel sharp steel across your throat. You can feel blood pooling down your chest. And he just holds you tighter and tighter as you go. And as you awake, you are coming to the mouth where the river and the lake connect. There's a little bit of low fog over the lake. Everyone else has woken up by this point, and it's a little chilly, but you are in a puddle of sweat. The rest of you watch as the bounds of the river give way to an absolutely enormous lake. You can just barely see the other side across the way. Just barely on the horizon. On a cloudy day, you could imagine this to look like an ocean. But to the north, not too far away, you see the city of Bolanthar. And even from here, you can see the silhouette of the castle up above everything. Bellringer pilots the boat closer to it, and over the next hour or two, the city gets closer, starts to loom above you, its tall buildings, the castle that you can see from everywhere. And by mid-morning, you have docked at the city of Bolanthar. And while you're just a couple of steps off the boat, you can see that the city is like teeming with activity and life. And just off the docks, there is a gallows being built. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
All right.
Okay. Oh boy.
Very, very, very cool juxtaposition between, this teeming, bright, beautiful city, and then what our situation
And some
is.
gallows.
You know how it goes. All right, thank you very much, players. Good session, good work.
Yep. Thank you, Paul.
Lots of excitement going on. I'll go ahead and talk to the folks at home. Thank you so much for joining us for this adventure. We have now made it to the city. What will happen there? You know what happens. You're going to have to tune in to find out next week, next time on The Adventurers Guild. Good night.